Hi everybody and welcome to the first round of the 2026 UK Spring Championships. Today is our start of this year's qualification tournaments, which will be happening obviously in January, February and March, where teams will be earning ranking points as they battle out against each other, with those ranking points then defining which teams will make it through to the top 8 and into the Spring Cup in April for our first major tournament of the year. So we have 8 teams battling it out today as part of today's tournament setup, which are Oblivion and Devourers, who are going to be our first 2 taking the court today. Team No, Blue Screen of Death, Warp Star, War Pigs, Wolf Pack, and Pigs in Blankets are our 8 teams for today. So we're going to hope to see some really great gameplay. Lots of nice setup and tactics. The teams obviously have battled it out all through 2025. They've got an idea of where they were then, but I know they've all been doing quite a lot of training over the Christmas break period to push their abilities forward. So it's going to be interesting to see what new tactics, plays and so forth come out. There've also been some shifts of players between teams over the Christmas break season as well. So some slight alterations to some of the team lineups, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So I've got Oblivion on red for match 1, who are in position now, ready to go. Devourers just get themselves prepped up in their ready zone. I'll be taking the court momentarily. So next match after this is going to be Team No versus BSOD, so Blue Screen of Death. Okay, so our coach has just finished chatting with the Devourers players. Just doing a quick reset for them, and we should have the Devourers team on court any moment. Okay, that's all our players ready. Devourers are in fact they're on court, but are just fractionally off camera. So here we go. Let's get ready for game 1. Here we go. First point in for Oblivion. Devourers, both teams here going for move and shoot formats. And welcome to Team Atritos, joining us from Greece. Good to have you guys in the chat. 3-1 to Oblivion now. Oblivion absolutely dominated last season, but Devourers have proven themselves to be a regular challenge for the top teams. So difficult to fully predict how this one's going to go, but it looks like Oblivion currently have got the edge. 3-point lead with 30 seconds left to play. Oblivion's just edging ahead here now, opening that lead up. Devourers really struggling to land anything. And Oblivion have been working very heavily on their dodging and evasion work. 3, 2, 1. That's a clean win for Oblivion in their opening match of the 2026 spring season. So next up coming in, we have Team No, coming in on the red side versus Blue Screen of Death, BSOD, coming in on the blue. So, just going through the match results there. Obviously, nice clean win for Oblivion overall. The other element that we look for in our players is for our MVP rankings. And the MVP rankings are open to every player of every team. And we're looking for players who get an initial MVP point is to finish the game without having been knocked out at any point. So you've given 0 points to the opposing team. And a perfect game for the MVP rankings is to complete the match not only without giving a point, but with ending the 80 seconds with all 4 sections of your targets still intact. So we're looking for absolute perfect gameplay there for the bonus MVP points as well. And at the end of the tournament, we'll total up the MVP points earned by all the players across all the matches to see who is our MVP of the day. So the player who has basically had the most clean sheet games, whilst also landing points for their team in the process. Okay, so we have Team No ready on the red side now, and BSOD getting ready on the blue. For this opening sequence of 4 matches, the stronger teams from last season are all playing on the red side for the opening set of 4 games. And then after that, it'll start to randomise up a lot. But we don't have any big head-to-heads from top-seeded teams in this opening 4. And in total, we have 28 matches to play today in the pool stage. And then obviously we'll go in the end of the pool stage. We'll take our top 2 teams and they'll be going through to a best-of-3 final. Our coach is just getting some elements sorted out for the BSOD team. We should be able to get the game on very soon. Okay, it's all players ready. 5-second shout just gone out from the referees. Here we go. Okay, so move and shoot. Both teams. Looks like both teams have gone for a double assassin technician combination. 2 early points on there for Team No. BSOD getting trapped on that back wall here. Really need to get some momentum going and getting out of that back wall position. First point on for BSOD. Good fight back for them. Points both ways again. So BSOD starting to fight way off that back wall, but unfortunately running into a shot. It was a good opening move to try and push the pressure back. Just mistimed it, unfortunately. Using those rank 1 shields to try and break up the flow of gameplay, take a bit of pressure off. (7-2) in favour of Team No now. 20 seconds left to play. Another point in for BSOD. It's going into the final 10 seconds. It's going to be a Team No win, but BSOD putting up a good fight right till the end. That's a victory. 9 points to 4 for Team No. 2 clean sheets from the Team No players as well. Players 1 and 3. So next up we have Warpstar versus Warpigs. So Warpigs were the 2025 Rising Star team. Let's see whether they can continue that ascent and how they can do against Warpstar, who are again one of last 2025's top ranked teams. So coming in now, so we have Warpstar coming in on the red side, Warpigs coming in on the blue. Teams just getting themselves prepped and ready now. Okay, so said on performance from end of last season, probably say Warpstar have a slight edge here, but Warpigs were very much in the ascent, moving up in ability, game on game, all the way through the whole of 2025 with big shifts in their positions. They went from spring season to summer season to national. So it'll be very interesting to see what Warpigs are going to be capable of as we go into 2026. There we go, 5-second shout just gone out from the referee. Let's get ready for game on. Here we go, so double assassin technician again, both sides. First point in for Warpstar, second point in for Warpstar now. Warpigs finding difficult to get some momentum going here. Got a couple of clips. First point in for Warpigs. 3-1. 4-1 to Warpstar now to come past the halfway mark. Warpigs really need to get a lot more aggressive here. Another point in for Warpigs. Aggression starting to pay off. Pushing Warpstar back now. Great fight back here from Warpigs. 4-3. 5-3 now to Warpstar. Opening up that lead against Warpigs. Back to that 3-point gap again. 10 seconds now. Great use of that shield in the centre there from Warpstar. Really stopped that volley coming in from Warpigs. And that's a clean win there for Warpstar, 8-4, but good performance from War Pigs. Really nice fight back just after the halfway mark there. Forced Warpstar to seriously sort of hit the gas and go all out for it. No clean sheets there across the board, so War Pigs managing to land hits on all of the Warpstar players there. So normally it's a good sign, really. Basically, if you're only able to hit one player, then maybe they're a weaker link or just been in a more dangerous position than the rest of the team. But if you're landing hits across the whole range, then that's a good sign in the way that you're operating, the way it's functioning, because you're actually managing to target everyone across the board. So coming in now, we have Wolfpack on red versus Pigs in Blankets on blue. As ever, guys, any questions, any thoughts, make sure to drop them in the chat. Always happy to answer things, as long as they're vaguely sensible. So here we go. Game 4. Wolfpack versus Pigs in Blankets. Wolfpack on the red side, Pigs in Blankets on blue. Okay, players just get themselves logged and ready now. Okay, so I've got all 6 players on court and ready to go now. Just waiting for the referees to finish their final off-court preparation. We go 5-second count, shout just gone out for the players. Here we go, game on. Okay, sticking with the move and shoot we've been seeing so far. Double Assassin Technician on Pigs in Blankets. Double Technician Assassin from Wolfpack. Nil-nil after the first quarter. Moving now in towards the second half. First point in for Wolfpack. Second point for Wolfpack now. 2-1 to Wolfpack. 3-1. Pigs and Blankets putting up a good fight here. 3-2. 3-all. Wolfpack on the back foot here. Pigs and Blankets really fought back well there. Good bit of aggression from Pigs and Blankets there. Didn't pay off though. Caught one cross shot from Wolfpack. 4-3. It's just a 1 point in it though. 15 seconds to go. 5-3 now. 5-4. 10 seconds. 6-4. 6-5. 3 seconds. 7-5. Wolfpack take it, but that was a close game. A lot of hard work there for Wolfpack. No clean sheets, so no MVP points. That was a tough game for both sides there. Very well played across the board. Wolfpack just managed to keep that slight lead all the way through, despite Pigs and Blankets catching them about halfway through the match. But well played overall there from both sides, and a good win there for Wolfpack, 7 points to 5. Okay, so that is all 8 of our teams now played their opening games. Moving now into round 2 of the matches, and this is going to be BSOD, so Blue Screen of Death, face on the red side. We're going to be facing off against Oblivion on the blue. Okay, so players current discussion in their respective waiting areas. Players just starting to make way out onto court now. So Oblivion on historical form, the stronger of the two teams here. But BSOD already shown that if they can get themselves off that back wall and get a bit more aggressive, they can certainly make their opposition work and give them some threat. So be interesting to see how much they can make Oblivion work in this. Okay, looks like we're good to go across the board. Here we go, game on. Okay. Double Assassin Technician. It seems to be the meta for most of the teams today. Rapid opening score in there from Oblivion. 3 points to nothing, 4 points to nothing now against BSOD. BSOD really getting hammered here. Got to get off that back wall and get really aggressive. With the points racking up against you like that, there's nothing to lose. You just need to attack. BSOD have got 1 point on the board, but 6 points to Oblivion here. Oh, and I misread the stats earlier. BSOD have a shielder. They've not gone with the standard meta. They've shifted it up. However, they've used all 4 of their rank 4 shields already. Oblivion just absolutely tearing those shields apart, giving them very little opportunity to try and gain any benefit from them. Ten seconds remaining, 11-2. Oblivion absolutely dominating the game here. It was a valorous fight there from BSOD, but Oblivion just absolutely in control, start to finish there, from that early scoring flurry all the way through. BSOD finding it really hard to find any kind of momentum going in that match. Next up, coming in, we have Devourers on red versus Warpigs on blue. This could be a very, very close game. These two teams are definitely very much on a par ability-wise. I mean, difficult job to try and make a call for who's stronger off their performances from last season. Interesting to see how they've fared with training across the Christmas break and what they're able to bring into play for today. So the meta of two teams for most of today has seemed to be this double assassin technician combo. BSOD in that last match being the first one to use shields, but just having them absolutely ripped apart by the Oblivion players. Be interesting to see whether other teams are choosing to go down the shield route, or whether we're looking at a general move and shoot meta for this season. Historically, Devourers have played shield metas quite regularly, as have Wolfpack, and Warpstar have very effectively used shield play in a number of their matches through the 2025 season. Okay, looks like all 6 of our players on court now and ready. So Devourers Warpigs. This is a really, really difficult one to call. Referees just finishing their final preparation. 5-second shout just gone out to the players. Here we go. Game on.
No shield.
No shields at all. So double assassin technician Devourers, double technician assassin there for Warpigs. First point in for Devourers. Nice cross shot across the court. Warpigs answering back straight away. So these two teams really difficult to predict. They're both giant killer teams. Of course, significant upset for higher ranked teams all the way through last season. Both hugely improved across the 2025 tournaments as well. 3-2 currently to Warpigs, coming up towards the halfway mark. 3-all now. 4-3 for Devourers. Good takeout on the front edge there. 5-3. Devourers starting to open up that scoring line. Good use of the shields to disrupt the Warpigs counter attack. 6-3 now. 7-3. Devourers really starting to open up the score line. 7-4. Great shot in that far end there from the Warpigs team. 8-4. Warpigs actually fighting this out to the end. 3 points in, 4 points now in the less than 10 seconds to play. Warpigs just getting caught out by those cross shots time and time again. Great work from both teams. Fantastic fight there from Devourers, but a very, very well deserved and work win for Devourers. Some very effective sideline coaching coming in from the Devourers team coach as well, helping to direct the team through the course of that game. Next up coming in, next up on court, we're going to have Pigs and Blankets on red versus Team No on blue. So pigs and blankets on the red side, Team No on the blue. Teams just getting themselves prepped in their waiting areas.
Sure for that one.
So after that first sequence of matches, we're just waiting for our teams to finish getting ready to take court. Currently in first place is Oblivion. Joint second places, Team No, Warpstar, Wolfpack and Devourers. And joint sixth place, BSOD, Warpigs, Pigs and Blankets. Obviously, as we head on through, we're going to get a greater split on those players. So it can be very interesting to see how the as well to see how the MVPs play through as well. So the MVP scoring said you get nothing if you get hit. You get 1 towards your MVP rank if you finish the game with a positive overall score. So you've scored at least 1, but you haven't been knocked out. And you get a 3-point for points towards your MVP score for the day by getting a perfect game. So you haven't been knocked out, and your all 4 sections of your target are fully intact at the end. So now coming on, pretty much teams look like they're ready to go now. Pigs and Blankets on the red, Team No on the blue. So Pigs and Blankets gave Wolfstar Wolfpack a good fight. Let's see what we can do with Team No. First point in for No. Nice cross shot onto the front edge against Pigs and Blankets. Second one in for No. Given the accuracy of the Team No players, this is very, very good from Pigs and Blankets to be evading this many shots. They just need to try and get some of their own in and onto target. But Team No players are excellent in their evasion work. So this is going to be a lot of work for Pigs and Blankets to land some hits here. Nothing, 6-0 now. Pigs and Blankets desperate for that first point, and they've got a point on the board. 7-1. They're gonna have to just celebrate with that 1 point. That's under 10 seconds now. Team No absolutely in control here. Blue 4 and 5 there, absolutely tearing up that scoreline there. 4-0 and 5-0 on their ratios, but both eclipsed on the target. So MVP points, but not perfect games. Next up is Wolfpack and Warpstar. So Wolfpack red, Warpstar blue. So on overall 2025 performance, Warpstar have got the edge over Wolfpack, but Wolfpack did, especially during the 26 national season, managed to pull off some surprise wins. Well, I think from Warpstar's perspective, was some surprise wins against them. So Wolfpack are certainly capable of beating Warpstar, but the odds probably slightly in Warpstar's favour overall. So it'll be interesting to see what tactics the two teams go for here. Both historically shifted between shield tactics and move and shoot, both capable of both formats. So it's going to be interesting to see which route they choose to go down. Warp Star shield tactics are very, very effective. We've not seen many teams who've been able to come up with good responses to them through last season. Obviously, at this point, we don't know which way each of these two squads are going. We're just waiting for players to get their tracking in and sorted. That looks like we've potentially got shield tactics coming out from Warp Star there. So looking at that shield that's been raised on court. So for those who haven't seen this idea before, the shields that come up, the higher the strength of the shield stat, the longer they last. Yep, rank 5 shields. So double technician assassin from Wolfpack, shielder and attackers. Technician and assassin with the defender on Warp Star. So Wolfpack have chosen well. They've got double technician in there for dealing with the Warp Star shielder, if they can cut their way through fast enough. Warp Star don't tend to use their shields until the halfway mark, and then they build a barricade with all of them, and it takes a lot of shots to punch your way through. And they happily sit behind that barricade point and snipe. Mustn't let them. Unfortunately, Wolfpack have already let them get a point on board before the halfway mark and haven't yet scored themselves. This is dangerous. Second point in for Warp Star. Third point in. Wolfpack really in trouble here. That Warp Star shield block really only still in its early stages. 5 points, that's 6 points. Wolfpack's unable to land a hit here. Really need to get points on the board before that halfway mark to stop that shield, that massive shield wall that Warp Star is so well known for. 10 seconds remaining. That was a dominating win there from Warp Star. Wolfpack, they're just unable to get that point on the board during the first half of the game. Which you have to get against Warp Star once they've gone shield tactics. And once the shields start going in, Wolfpack just couldn't cut the way through them fast enough. Especially that barrage of fire coming out from Warp Star there. So, nothing wrong with the Wolfpack stat choices. Just unable to get the concentrated fire going to get rid of the shields fast enough, and that real problem of not being ahead on points before they hit the halfway mark against Warp Star. That's 3 clean sheets there for the for Warp Star players as well. Next up coming in is Oblivion versus Warpigs. Oblivion on red, Warpigs on blue for our next game.
Yeah, they didn't. No, it's not WOLFE. They made it last minute change. I'm gonna give it some. If you go to, I'm going to expect. Actually, I want to get through that.
Okay, so teams working through their tactics now. Oh, just a minute. We've just lost signal, and sorry about that, guys. Something very strange just happening on the screen. The colours just choosing to go very odd. So give us 2 seconds, guys, just while we get everything reset. I do not know what's happened there. Have you got weird colours? Oh, you've got weird colours. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We just got our link to the camera decided to cut out. It's just come back in and has got a slightly strange set of coloration to it. So I'm just trying to see if we can get that fixed. All right, let's go back courtside then. Slightly more red and blue than we'd normally expect, but we'll be good. Here we go. Try and resolve whatever that was before we get into much further into the tournament. So no shields, lots of firepower both sides. So double technician assassin from Oblivion, double assassin technician from Warpigs. First point in for Oblivion. Second point in for Oblivion now. Absolute blaze of shots going from Oblivion here. Warpigs being up to piece on that wall. First point in for Warpigs, but they're under a huge amount of pressure here from this barrage coming from Oblivion. Watch out for rush ups. 20 seconds remaining here. Warpigs struggling to get a second point. 11-1 currently. Flurry of scoring from Oblivion in the first half of the game seems to have slowed down. 13 points to 1. Yeah. So incredibly dominant game there from Oblivion over Warpigs. 13 points to 1. Next up we have BSOD, Blue Screen of Death, taking on Pigs in Blankets. Should be a fairly even match this from what we've seen so far. Nice to have ones which are difficult to predict, see which way they're going. So currently in terms of our rankings, Oblivion are sitting clear in rank 1. No and Warpstar joint in rank 2. Then Wolfpack and Devourers jointly in rank 4. BSOD, Warpigs, Pigs and Blankets sitting together jointly in rank 6. Our headers change round, so here we go. BSOD on red, Pigs and Blankets on blue. So these are pretty evenly matched between these two teams. Not a simple one really to try and make a call on here. Okay, so all 6 of our players logged in and ready to go. Waiting for referees to make their final adjustments. Here we go, 5 seconds till game on. Okay, BSOD going for rank 4 shields again. Two points in for pigs and blankets here. BSOD getting pushed back. Again, their shields just not seem to last very long. Oh, slipped on the shielding there. Great evasion from the BSOD shielder there. It's under a huge amount of pressure. Rapid firing from pigs and blankets straight away, tearing their way through that shield. BSOD shields just not managed to stay in play long enough for them to really gain any kind of benefit from them. 6 points to 2 here in favour of pigs and blankets. It's the last of the BSOD shields up, 3-6 now. Immediate counter shield there with the rank 1s. Just, whoa, on-court collision there for pigs and blankets. Looks like both players are fine though. I think we're both seeing the same opportunity on that front corner. Went for the position and shot at the same time.
DJ, come on. 0, 0, 3, 0, 3, 1. This is going to be a tough but yeah, this monitor is good. Is good. I feel like there's no shield coming up. And then when you start moving on, like you mean the body, the top side.
So, next up on court, we have Devourers on the red, Wolfpack on blue. Another difficult one to call. Two teams have had multiple faces off against each other over the last year. And it's never been easy to predict which way the two teams are going to go. Right, so players just taking court now. Here we go. So, straight move and shoot from both teams here. First point in for Devourers.
Keep the pressure on the left. Keep the pressure on the left.
Double scoring from Wolfpack, flipping the scoreline. 2-1. 3-1 now. 4-1. Wolfpack with that real sort of flurry of fire there.
That's it. Now left.
Gaining control of the game. Halfway mark now. Devourers now on a real fight back. See if they can pull themselves back in. Wolfpack though, keeping that lead going though. 4-point lead now. 30 seconds remaining. Very aggressive frontline play from Wolfpack. Just keeping Devourers pushed back. Another point in for Wolfpack. 20 seconds remaining. Devourers with a massive kill to climb here with a 5-point difference and 15 seconds remaining. 3 seconds. 2, 1, 0. That's a strong win there for Wolfpack over Devourers. Off that first opening point for Devourers, Wolfpack might be slipping back. It was a great fight back from them. Huge flurry of shots going in a very short sequence and played from the whole team. And then just maintaining that control all the way through. Really, really good work from both teams there. So next up, we will be having Team No versus Warp Star. So this is a big one. It's one of our big top seed head-to-head matches. Team No on the red, Warp Star on the blue. It's another one of those really hard to predict games, this one. No and Warp Star are very, very evenly matched. The Team No contains several players who all played for England several times now. So very, very experienced players on the Team No side. None of the Warp Star players have yet played internationally, but they are definitely in the running for some of the 2026 tournaments, as are obviously players from Oblivion. Currently only one the Oblivion team has played at an international level. But between those three, No, Warp Star and Oblivion, we've got some incredible players who are really driving each other forwards. And be fantastic to see the players from those teams, and there's definitely some players in dotted in amongst the other teams as well who are 100% in the running for representing England this year, as well as obviously the from War Piglets and Pigs and Blankets, who are all Welsh teams. But there'll definitely several of them like to be donning the Welsh shirts and going out to represent as well.
5 seconds.
There we go, 5-second call. Yep, heavy shields in from Warp Star. Double Technician Assassin from Team No. First point in from Warp Star. So, just seen that Warp Star with this. It's a real tried and practiced tactic from them. So effective. Dodging like crazy for the first 40 seconds. Then this huge shield barrage that they put in place. Just come past the halfway mark. If you're going to have a chance at all, you need to be ahead and with a bit of a buffer before those heavy shields start going up. Rank 5 shields, especially with tape between, depending on how quickly you take them down, 7 to 8 shots per shield. 5 shields going in, you're talking about between 35 to 40 shots just to punch those shields down. And it's so difficult. 2 points apiece, 3-2 now. But Team No did a fantastic job there. They really, really held off against that Warp Star shield wall. Dodged like crazy, prevent them getting points on the board, and just shot their way through those shields. 3 points apiece here. 5 seconds. 4-3 now. 3, 2, 1. 4-all. Last fraction of a second. Just clipping red one there. Span out of the way, one shot, and went face first into a second one. Here we go. First knockout any player. Cross shots now. Warp Star Fire really focusing on the centre of Team No. Warp Star take it. There's 3 players all firing in onto a single Team No player. He just ran out of positions to dodge into. And that is a Warp Star win, 5 points to 4. Probably doesn't matter how good you are at dodging. If your opponents fill every possible position, there is just nowhere left to go. And unfortunately, his 2 teammates weren't able to get the pressure off him. And that ends there in a Warp Star win. But phenomenal play, both sides there. First team for a while that we've seen being able to properly deal with that Warp Star shield wall and cutting the way through it to take control back of the whole match. So really great play from Team No there. And just that last absolute fraction of a second score from Warp Star taken to overtime. And then that 3-on-1 focused fire from them just managed to hunt the Team No player and take that winning point. So next up we have Pigs in Blankets on the red versus Oblivion on blue. So it's going to be a real tough one for Pigs in Blankets here. Be interesting to see what they can do against Oblivion. Okay, so on match 13, about to start out of 28 from the pool stage. So it's coming up on the halfway mark. It's some amazing gameplay so far. Top teams showing that they're in great form, but some real fantastic head-to-heads between the different peer group teams. Some beautiful gameplay from players across the board. So currently, as we come up towards the halfway mark of the pool stages, Oblivion and Warp Star jointly in first place. Team No and Wolfpack jointly in third. Devourers, Pigs and Blankets jointly in fifth. BSOD and War Pigs jointly in seventh. And on our MVP rankings currently, we have Lucas from Team No, clear out in front at the moment on the rankings there. Let's see if anyone can catch him. So here's the most clean sheet games and multiple perfect games as well. So doing really well there. Obviously, what we want to look to see from our players is not just that you can land hits on the opposition, but but in a lot of ways, more importantly, that they cannot land hits on you. So we're looking to really emphasise that both in our training and also in the way that we reward things like the MVP categories within the matches. We're looking for players who just cannot be hit. After all, if your opponents can't hit you, you only have to hit one of them once. Okay, just waiting for our last couple of players are logged and ready. Just waiting for the call from the referees to get the game underway. And 10 seconds in. 1 point apiece. Much closer gameplay than we were expecting here. Expecting Oblivion and their performance so far to really be dominating Pigs and Blankets. Actually, a single point lead here, 2-1. Are we going to get our first upset of the 2026 season? Halfway mark, 2-1 to Pigs and Blankets. Can they hold on? Oblivion answering back now, 2-2. 3-2. Time for Pigs and Blankets to do this. That rank 5 shield going up on the front edge. Another one in. 3-all, 20 seconds. Huge, heavy shield position there on that far edge. 4-3 to Oblivion now. And that's Pigs and Blankets shield wall destroyed. 3 seconds. 2, 1. So close. An amazing performance from Pigs and Blankets there. I think that will have really shocked Oblivion. They were not expecting Pigs and Blankets team to attack like that. So great play there from both teams there. Oblivion really caught there on the back foot, not expecting that level of accuracy or aggression from the Pigs and Blankets team at all. So great work for them. Coming now, we have War Pigs on the red versus Wolf Pack on the blue. So again, expecting this to be a relatively close game. Both teams here, what we've seen so far today, playing at a fairly equivalent level. Difficult to predict which way this one will go. Both teams are most certainly capable of winning this. So we've generally seen move and shoots from both these teams so far today. So Blue Forge need to sort out a quick tracking issue there. Other 5 players all good to go. What we've seen there from the early shots being fired during the practice phase, looks like we're generally on a sort of generally on firepower builds. Not seeing anything that would indicate a shield build yet.
You've got to reset your headset to get an reset.
Okay, it looks like the Wolfpack player has got his technical issue resolved. Just get himself logged back in and we will get the game underway. Here we go. All players ready. Let's wait for the referees to give the call for getting the game underway. Really difficult one to call this. Could very easily go either way. Huge opening volley fire there coming from Wolfpack into Warpigs. Warpigs weathering the storm fairly well though. Few clips, but nothing to for a knockout yet. A lot of pressure coming in on the centre from Wolfpack. Well worked score there against Warpigs. Second and a third. Wolfpack really keeping that focused pressure up, going player to player on the opposing side, leaving them nowhere to move or dodge to. Warpigs shielding now, trying to get a little bit of breathing space, but just way too much firepower coming in from the Wolfpack team. Warpigs with their first point on the board now, though. 4-1 in favour of Wolfpack. 5-1, 6-1. 7-1 now. 20 seconds left to play. This absolute barrage of fire from Wolfpack, just keeping War Pigs absolutely pinned back. Wolfpack absolutely in control here, start to finish. Expect that to be a much closer game than it was. Wolfpack read the War Pigs' positions and tactics really well, and that focus, that combination fire there of 3-on-1 at multiple points really playing in Wolfpack's favour. Okay, just had a question from one of the War Pigs players there about a headset issue. So just quickly checking through the footage to see if we could sort of verify the problem. Okay, so we're just going to have a look, see if we can spot if there is any kind of issue there. Not sure it would actually have affected the outcome of the game, but obviously if there is an issue with a piece of equipment, we have to double check it. Okay, so there was definitely some interaction between Red Player 2 there and his headset in the last few seconds. His headset did lose tracking and move offline. But obviously we're not certain what caused that. We'd need to talk to the player in question to see what the what was actually the issue was. Okay, so looks like whatever that was isn't going to have altered the outcome of the match in any way. So we're going to move straight on to game 15, which is Devourers on red versus Team No on blue. I think. No, Warpstar on red versus BSOD on blue. That's so I can read the right line on the on the score chart. But fortunately, we've got the correct names at the top. Okay, so that's the question on that on the headset we're looking at resolved. No alteration or anything that's happening with the game there. There's a slight player error actually on the red player team rather than a mechanical error or digital error. Here we go. But game on. Warpstar, BSOD. Move and shoot both sides. Good opening barrages from both sides. First point's in there for Warpstar. 10 seconds played. BSOD putting plenty of shots out across the court, really failing to find their mark so far, unfortunately. 3 points in now for Warpstar. Fourth point in for Warpstar now. It's coming up on the halfway mark. BSOD is still struggling to get that first point. Last 30 seconds. 5-0 now. First point in for BSOD. 20 seconds remaining. 6-point lead now for Warp Star. Absolutely in control of this game. BSOD trying so hard to land those hits. Warp Star's dodging here, absolutely on point. 2nd point in now for BSOD. By very controlled and well worked win there for Warp Star. 9 points to 2. So that's us past the halfway mark now. And match 15 just played there, Warp Star BSOD. Moving into match 16 next, which is Devourers versus Team No. The Devourers on the red, No on the blue. So, just waiting for a quick reset on the court there, and we're moving on. So, Devourers on the red side, No on the blue. So, the No here overall, the stronger of the two teams generally, but Devourers are our long-term giant killers and upset team, and they've brought some fantastic sort of off-the-wall tactics to play against Team No in the past, and really made it hard for them. So it's going to be always interesting to see what they pull out the bag against someone like Team No. Okay, it's got final team brief from Devourers going on just behind us here. Get themselves up and ready. Team No on court, ready to go. So I said they're Devourers of a history coming with some fantastic tactics against Team No. So we just had a shield pop up on court there, kind of giving away. We've got at least one heavy shield on the Devourers team. That might have been a mistake on Devourers' side. That looked like two of the Team No players stepping back off court and adjusting the stats, which they are perfectly allowed to do. Go double technician assassin on Team No. Heavy shields, double move and shoot from Devourers. There we go. First rank 5 shield on straight up double rank 5 shield. Big shield block there right in the center. It's going to draw a lot of fire there. Not going to last long. If you're going to pop those shields up like that, you've got to get some points from them. That's the Devourers shields being absolutely torn through. It's all 5 shields gone. Team No just tore their way into those shields and ripped straight through them. Unfortunately, Devourers, they weren't necessarily in a great place. They didn't manage to capitalise on them at all. 4-0 here as we're going past the halfway mark. Unfortunately, I think that shield timing position for Devourers was not ideal. and Team No are very, very good at ripping through those heavy shields now. They've done a lot of training for playing off against a lot of the international teams that are heavy duty in their shield work. If you're going to use shields against them, they've got to be absolutely spot on both position and timing wise. Otherwise, unfortunately, they'll get that 10-0 scoreline is how things are going to end up. Team No, just you cannot afford to make mistakes against them. They're just far too good. Any mistake, they're going to absolutely capitalise on it. I said, don't think there was any necessary fault in the Devourer tactic, but unfortunately that bit of timing and placement there was all that it took for that to be off very slightly for Team No to dominate that game. So next up, we're going to have Oblivion versus Wolfpack. Oblivion on red, Wolfpack on blue. I think players just doing referee's just doing an equipment changeover. So might be a slight delay before we get the next one on. They've been pretty efficient on the swap round though. So let's have a look where we are currently on the results. Oblivion and Warpstar both are holding on to that joint first place. No and Wolfpack in joint third. Devourers, Pigs and Blankets, joint 5th. BSOD and Warpigs sitting in joint 7th. So currently we're heading towards an Oblivion Warpstar final. Unless Team No can close that gap down on them. Or Wolfpack. Both in joint 3rd at the moment after all. Change our team headers around here. So Oblivion on the red, Wolfpack on the blue. So the real sort of like hard and fast and accurate gameplay of Oblivion. Likely to give them the edge here against Wolfpack. If Wolfpack are sticking to the move and shoot that they've operated with so far. Okay, so we are pretty much ready to go. 5-second warning just gone out. Here we go. Double Assassin Technician from Oblivion. Double Technician Assassin from Wolfpack. I'd say if anything this was risky, this might have been a game for Wolfpack to take shields. First point in for Oblivion. Second point for Oblivion now. Now, some of the previous games, we've seen some very good 3v1 focus fire coming out of Wolfpack to basically hunt down and get those points off the opposing players. I think they're going to have to do that again here. First win in for Wolfpack, but currently a controlling lead from Oblivion, 5-1 until we come past the halfway mark. 7-8 to Oblivion, absolutely in control of this game. One bomb coming straight there into against one of the Oblivion players, but still that 6-point lead, absolutely in control. Red one having been on a single part of the life marker for pretty much the entire match, and holding out right to the end as well. 11-3. So next up is Pigs in Blankets on the red, Warp Star on the blue. Our next game in. Okay, new team's now taking the court. Quick bit of team tactic chat starting in now between the groups. So, Pigs in Blankets versus Warp Star. So, Warp Star are a team that changed their lineup round, and it can be quite difficult to judge how they're going to play unless you know the specific lineup of players taking the court. Okay. So, Warp Star and Pigs and Blankets players now start to take the court. Shout all of our Pigs and Blanket players in. The Warp Star team now taking the court. Looking at the player mix on there, we're likely to see shields. Be interesting to see if Pigs and Blankets are prepared for that. Suddenly, looks like Warp Star are using the shield tactic. You've got to get points in before the halfway mark, and the moment those shields come up, you've got to be able to tear through them. Team No so far the only team being able to effectively take on that shield tactic today. Here we go. Rank 5 shields, both sides. So the question is, are Pigs and Blankets going for a counter shield tactic? First point in for Warp Star though. Even while you're watching for the shields, you've got to watch those shots. They're still very, very accurate players, and they've got a lot of fire your way. 2 points in for Warp Star. Pigs and Blankets need to get aggressive, need to start pushing here. Looks very much like Pigs and Blankets are going for a counter shield tactic. Try and nullify the Warp Star shield block. Yep. Shield positions coming in. Shielders looking to basically nullify each other here. Can Pigs and Blankets get some cross shots, get round through the back of that shield wall, get some points on the board? That is all 5 of the Pigs and Blankets shields up. Warp Star still holding onto a shield. That's the last of the Warp Star shields up as well. And they've still got some defense in place. 10 seconds. Only 2 points in it for Warp Star at this point, but nothing still on the board for Pigs and Blankets. 2, 1, 0. Well played shield tactic there from Pigs and Blankets. Very effective nullification there of the Warp Star shield blockade, but just unable to find their mark. Warp Star are really good team in terms of the levels of play. Yes, they've got this tried and tested shield tactic they use, but it is absolutely by no means the only thing they can do. And their movement, their dodging, their accuracy is still absolutely on point. But Pigs and Blankets putting up a fantastic fight against it there. and really identifying and nullifying that warp star tactic. Just unable, unfortunately, to land any of their own hits in the process. Coming through next on court will be Team No versus Warpigs. Team No on the red, Warpigs on the blue.
I just shot like 4 times.
Okay, so next up. Team No and Warpigs. I think there's a question about charging from Pigs and Blankets team. It's currently being discussed with the referees. Okay, so yeah, discussions there. Looked like there was a player reported error on one of the charging sets, but we can't identify it on the video, so we are going to keep an eye on that set, see if it's a recurrent problem. But currently that match result there is going to stand as we move on to the Team No versus Warpigs game. So Team No on red, Warpigs on blue. So you're probably looking at here at Team No being the stronger of the two teams here, but we've seen Team No really getting pushed, having to work by some of the lower seeded teams. Be interesting to see how this one goes. So we've got rank 5 shields coming out from Warpigs, and only one technician on Team No. She is red 1. So if Warpigs can slow red 1 down, to get those shields up, the other two players can be quite well nullified by them. Be interested to see how and when they choose to put those shields into play, though. 3 points in for Team No already. It's the first of the Warpig shields up. Second shield up now. No dropping up their rank 1 shields in there just to slow down the benefit to Warpigs of their own shield section. Just one heavy duty shield for Warpigs left. That's the last one. So that's all their shields up and into play. 30 seconds still to go. Haven't managed to get a point out of that shield barrier though. Shields are great. They slow the other team down. They give you firing points, but if you can't earn points off them, it doesn't really make a lot of difference. So 4-1. Warpigs that first point on the board. 10 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1. It's Team No, 6 points to 1. So nicely played there by Team No. I think, unfortunately, it was a good tactic from Warpigs to go with those shields, but they're just unable to basically capitalise on them, earn points off them. And because you've got to put so many points into shields, and your shield really then loses all their firepower and everything else, you've got to earn points off them. They're a big investment, and if your team isn't managing to score points whilst you're using them, then unfortunately you're better off not using them. If you can use them though, they're amazing. So coming on to match 20 now. This is BSOD versus Devourers. So actually quite a tricky game to call, this one. So BSOD are going to be on the red, Devourers on the blue. So BSOD still looking for their first match win today. Devourers only with one match win. So both teams pretty similar there in their sorry, just spotting there some of the team nicknames have been put down for different players. Yeah, looking at really close there in their performance so far today. So this is a tricky one to call. Devourers just slightly outperforming BSOD in the games to date, but I'm not sure there's a great deal to choose between them. Okay, so I've got all 6 of our players in and ready. We're just waiting for referees to give us the game on call. Here we go. So rank 4 shield on BSOD again. But they've got 2 technicians on the Devourers side. BSOD have obviously been training, practicing the shield tactic, but not managed to really bring it to get to effectively function so far. The opposing team's just been too good at that and disciplined in that focus fire to cut the way through the shields. 2-1 currently to Devourers, 3-1 now. 4-1, Devourers really opening up that lead. BSOD needing to find a way to get some momentum going back here. 2 points between teams, 3 points again now. BSOD fighting back well, but just not able to close that gap down yet on the Devourers. Got 1 rank 4 shield left now from BSOD. Nice slide to position there. Very, very well timed shield there from Devourers to negate it. 1 point split in the teams here. 10 seconds. 6 points apiece. 5. Point in for Devourers. Can BSOD pull it back again? 3, 2, 1. Devourers take it 7 points to 6. That was an excellent game. Very, very well played both sides there. Again, I know BSOD are training and practicing with this rank 4 shield tactic, but I'm not convinced that they're really getting to click yet. It's going to take a little bit of while for them to to get that flowing nicely. The opposing team's just been too effective at tearing away through them, and I think most of their points there were scored whilst the Shields weren't really giving them any kind of advantage. So next up, Warpstar Oblivion. Warpstar on the red, Oblivion on the blue. This is another big head-to-head game. This is yet another one of those ones that could alter today's final. So currently Oblivion and Warpstar are joint first place, both with 5 game wins out of 5. So high potential chance this could also be a dry run for today's final. Okay, so we've got the Warpstar Shielder on the court. So it looks like we've got a high chance we're going to be seeing that that heavy shield wall tactic again from Warpstar. Oblivion with their that full line mix up. So last time we had this particular combination of players, we had a shield off match. So Oblivion also went heavy duty shields, and we saw the 2 team shielders there battling it out, kind of head to head. It's going to be
5 seconds.
intriguing to see where they go with it this time. Here we go. Game on. Okay, so we've got Technician Double Assassin from Oblivion. Shielder, Assassin Technician from Warpstar. So Oblivion not choosing to play the Shields game this time.
Player 5 is on 3. And go cross shot. Player 5 scoop. Josh, watch out.
Excellent evasion, both sides here. Warpstar first one though to find the mark. Great shot there on the Warpstar Shielder. And again.
Josh, rock shot.
Forced the Warpstar Shield position a long way back. Not ideal at all there for the Warpstar Shield barrier tactic. Really good work there from Oblivion. Forced them into that centered position. 10 seconds left though. 3 points apiece. That the position they've forced Warpstar to put the shield barrier in means that they can get angled shots in behind it. And that was enough. That double takedown on Warpstar, forcing their shield into a back position, and correcting meaning the shields went up in the centre and halfway back down the court. Left a gap on the angles there, which Oblivion took advantage of. Just managed to drop shots in behind the Warpstar shield wall. So very, very good play from Oblivion there, breaking the Warpstar shield tactic and forcing them back and out of position. So great play there. Very well worked win by Oblivion. So showing I think it's the first time we've seen, although we've seen the Warp Star Shell tactic countered and beaten by the teams, that's the first time we've seen it done straight from really sort of breaking their whole game flow and forced them onto the back foot. So next up we have Wolfpack on red versus Team No on blue. So Wolfpack and No long-term adversaries, but Team No currently performing at a higher level overall in the leagues. So this is going to be a tough one for Wolfpack. Definitely probability very much in favour of a Team No win here. Interesting to see if Wolfpack got any ideas they can pull out of the bag. So we know No are generally going for either double assassin technician or double technician assassin. And they are excellent at their shield ripping, which means shield tactics against them are risky. After all, we saw them absolutely tear their way through the Warp Star shield barricade earlier on. But their accuracy and everything else is so on point that unless you can really up your dodging game against them, then shields are almost a necessity. So really difficult to see how Wolfpack are going to judge this one and what they're going to go with tactics-wise. Here we go, game on. Okay, double assassin technician for both sides. Good barrage and assaults both ways. Wolfpack players though getting clipped multiple times. First point in for Team No, second point in now. Well, coming up on the halfway mark before they've scored, so that's really good there from Wolfpack, really holding off that Team No assault. Wolfpack still struggling to find the first point though, 3-0 current for Team No. Both teams popping up those rank 1 shields to try and gain a bit of control of the gameplay down. 4-0 now to Team No, 20 seconds. Wolfpack still struggling to get that first point. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Wolfpack managed to land that hit just right at the end there. But overall, very much a game in control there of Team No. Wolfpack really struggling to get their flow going. But very well played from Team No. Excellent evasion as ever. And some very accurate shots despite Wolfpack's best efforts to evade and stay out of their way. Next up, Pigs and Blankets versus Devourers. Pigs and Blankets on the red, Devourers on the blue. So again, this is going to be another one that's going to be very difficult to call. Following up after this, we have War Pigs versus BSOD, which again, not really clear on where that one's going to go. Then we have Oblivion No, which is going to be a real big clash. Then Devourers Warp Star, Wolfpack BSOD, and War Pigs Pigs and Blankets to finish off the pool stages. So we are six games remaining in the pool stages here of the opening tournament of the Spring Cup. Just waiting for the referees to cycle the game server around. And there we go. So we're back live again. So Pigs and Blankets getting ready on the red. Devourers ready on the blue.
Look at his face. Probably big ones, yeah.
Okay, guys. So teams just get themselves ready and onto court now. Pigs and Blankets in their final prep. Looks like Devourers having a last couple of pointers from their coach just so they come onto court. So again, on today's performances so far, definitely a difficult one to call, this one. Could very easily go either way. Okay, so we're pretty much good to go. Just waiting for the call from the referees.
Players! 5 seconds. It wasn't 5 seconds.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
That's double assassin technician from Pigs and Blankets. 3 assassins for Devourers. There's some 2 players on Pigs and Blankets with rank 5, with scale 5 shots. Those scale 5s are huge. Dodging and evading out the way of those is going to put a lot of pressure on Devourers.
What's the cross? 5 on 2, 6 on 2.
3-2, 40 seconds at the halfway mark. Pigs and Blankets just holding on to that lead. Devourers pulling it back now. 3 points apiece. Expecting this one to be close. That those scale 5 shots really difficult to Devourers to get way out, but they're only charge players running at charge 1. So they can't put many of those big shots out. 4-3 currently Devourers. 4-all, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Going to overtime.
Attack is middle. Attack is on the middle. Go middle. Luke, you've got a shield. Luke, you have a shield.
Both teams cycling the players around, shifting positions.
Right, go. Left, right.
Oh, beautiful cross shot from Devourers, angling in behind the Pigs and Blankets shield. 5-4 in overtime. Very well taken shot there from the Devourer player. dropped himself out the flank, saw the gap behind the shield, and dropped the shot in there to take the win for his team. Next up, coming in, we have War Pigs versus BSOD. War Pigs on the red, BSOD on the blue. So, team changeover just happening on court there. Okay, just going for the referees to reset the court. So it said War Pigs on red, BSOD on blue, just about to come into play. So next up after this, we have our last big head-to-head of the pool stages. So Oblivion versus Team No. Be following on after this War Pigs BSOD game. So currently Oblivion clear up in rank in first position. No and Warpstar joint in second place. Wolfpack and Devourers joint in fourth place. Pigs and Blankets in sixth. BSOD and War Pigs joint seventh. So No and Warpstar need to fight it out for that position in the final against Oblivion. So far, said No have a match against Oblivion, Warpstar have a match against Devourers. So the expectation there is that Warpstar are likely to beat Devourers. No versus Oblivion, that's so hard to tell which way it's going to go. If Warpigs if Warpstar beat Devourers, that would take them through into the final against Oblivion. Unless, of course, No also beat Oblivion, in which case we're going to be going down to point scores and all sorts of crazy stuff. Okay, so looks like we're pretty much there now for War Pigs BSOD. So we'll leave all of the theorising for what's going to happen with different potential outcomes and what that might affect points wise, and get back to the actual game on the court. Okay, so 5-second shot just gone out. Here we are. No shields either side. Straight out move and shoot. See how we play. So BSOD dropping their rank 4 shield tactic they've been playing with so far. That's first point straight in for BSOD. Second point for BSOD. War Pigs on the back foot here, straight from the get-go. Need to get aggressive, get forward into this game and try and get some points on the board. Two, 1, 3-1 now for BSOD. War Pigs on the board, but BSOD with a that 2-point buffer. Score straight both ways there. War Pigs closing it down now. 1 point in it. It's come past the halfway mark. 4 points to 3 in favour of BSOD. 30 seconds remaining. BSOD starting to get aggressive and move up, but BSOD punishing him for it. 6 points to 4 now. From that set, as you move towards that centre line, you cut down your opponent's dodgy time, but you also cut down your own. So it is a gamble to move up there. 7-5, 8-5 now. BSOD controlling this now. 3-point lead. 3 seconds to go. Nice final scores each way there. 6 points to 9 in favour of BSOD. well worked from both sides there, but BSOD just controlling that game, keeping the Warpix players pushed back. Next up then, this big one, Oblivion Team No. So expecting a fantastic game here anyway, because it's always great when these two teams clash. But if it's an Oblivion win, I think it's going to make it nice, straightforward for the final. Team No win, we're going to do a whole load of maths behind the scenes to figure out actually which two teams make it through to the final. So unless, of course, Devourers can cause a complete upset, which they are perfectly capable of doing, and take Warpstar out in the match after this. So I believe we're just doing a little bit of a hardware swap over on the wrist pieces. Right, last game to go. Can't wait in just a second. So a lot of possibilities for two teams here. Both have a tendency to go towards those move and shoot combos. Either double assassin technician or double technician assassin tends to be the preferred mechanisms of the two. Team No proved already that they're really on form today with their shield ripping. So Oblivion taking a shield tactic here would be quite risky. But it's difficult to tell. The expectation is move and shoot for both sides. So here we go. Oblivion on the red, No on blue. So this one's likely to be our definitive one for deciding the two teams into the final, or you said causing absolute chaos in the back end where we do a whole load of maths to figure out which team actually goes through, because they've all managed to tie. Okay, so 3 technicians versus assassin and double technician. Expecting to see some fantastic maneuverability and sliding. I've been seeing for a lot of our comments on Instagram and TikTok recently that slide cancelling in real life being the best way that a lot of this gameplay is being described. First point in for Oblivion though, just going to the halfway mark. So hard to land hits on any of these players. 1 point apiece. Fantastic barrage there, catching the Oblivion player. 30 seconds, 1 point apiece. So these two teams are just so on point on their dodging and evasion. Landing hits here is incredibly difficult. 2 points to 1 for Oblivion now. Can Team No land a second hit? Centre Oblivion player is probably the she's got only two sections left on the target, and they've managed to catch it. So 3-2, 4-2, double scoring from Oblivion. 3 seconds. Team No pull it back, and then that straight double score there from Oblivion, catching red players 2 and 3. Well, Red Players 2 and 3 landing those hits there. Very, very good play from both sides, but Oblivion just getting the edge there at the end. We said both teams, they're dodging so incredibly on point. So hard to land those hits, so hard to get those points on the board. But a fantastic display there from both sides in that dodging and evasion work. So, this is now, from Team No's perspective, this is all about, can Devourers get their giant killer hats on? I've said they've done it many times before, and take this game against Warp Star. Because that's currently the only thing that's standing between an Oblivion Warp Star final from Team No's perspective. So let's get these match tags changed around. So Devourers on the red, Warp Star on the blue.
Chris, what do you want to do?
So we're expecting Team No to be seriously rooting for Devourers here, hoping they can live up to their giant killer brand name.
They can sometimes do shields.
So looking at the lineup there from Warp Star, it looks like we'd like to see a straight move and shoot from the Warp Star team this time around. We'd like to have a mix of technicians and assassins. Okay, it's both teams on court and ready. Everyone logged in. Okay, here we go. The expectation is probably move and shoot both sides. Yep. So double technician assassin from Warp Star, double assassin technician from Devourers. I think Warp Star were possibly expecting to see a shield tactic coming from Devourers here. First point in for Warp Star. Devourers answering back though. 2-1 now to Warp Star. 3-1 to Warp Star now. Devourers need to get some more points on the board here. Make sure they keep Warp Star within range, and they're doing it. 4-2 now. 5-2. Warp Star starting to open that lead up again. Devourers need to again keep scoring here. Keep Warp Star within range. 6-2. Warp Star opening that gap up now. Once you get beyond 4 points or more, it's really difficult because that means a complete team takedown +1. That's hard. Warp Star now really starting to ramp up the pressure here and open that score line up. Yeah, Devourers still fighting out till the end though. One thing you absolutely love about the Devourers team: one, they've got this giant killer ability to them, and two, it doesn't matter what that scoreline looks like, they will keep fighting to the absolute last fraction of a second, which is phenomenal to see. They do not get knocked back, they don't lose heart. Always good to see them play. But a clear win there from Warp Star, so that's going to mean we are looking at a Oblivion Warp Star final. So we have 2 more matches of the pool stage to go. We have Wolfpack versus BSOD next, followed by War Pigs versus Pigs in Blankets. And then we'll be moving on to the final, which will be plays the best of 3 of Oblivion versus Warp Star. So currently, said it is Oblivion in first place, Warpstar second, Team No third. Wolfpack and Devourers currently tied in fourth, but Devourers have now played all of their games. So Wolfpack are capable of taking that fourth place if they can win here against BSOD. But the two teams are pretty closely matched, especially when we watch some of their practice games over the last few weeks. Two teams are regularly training partners against each other. And then Warpigs versus Pigs and Blankets for the closing game. Warpigs still looking for their first game win of this season. So, there, let me change the game text around then. So, here we go. Wolfpack on red, BSOD on blue. Okay, looks like we've got all our players in, logged and ready. Okay, move and shoot from all players. Double Technician Assassin from Wolfpack. Assassin, Technician, and an all-rounder. So the 3-3-3-1s from BSOD. 2-1 to Wolfpack. A lot of early shots landing home there. Rapid takedown of that BSOD shield. But drew enough fire out to get to land a hit for them though. 3-2 now. 4-2. Wolfpack 2-point lead, opening up to a 3-point lead now. BSOD starting to fight back. 5-3. Very effective and rapid takedown of those BSOD shields by Wolfpack. And some great cross shots coming in as well. BSOD really getting pushed back here. Getting clumped up in that back corner again, which is really dangerous. Got to stay apart from their teammates. By moving together, you make it so much easier for the other team to land hits. They miss one player, they hit the guy next to you because you're just too close to each other. BSOD really spread out. Not seeing him get clumped back and pushed into the back corner like this against any of their other games. It's a real tactical error for them here. But they are fighting back well against Wolfpack, even with that said. But as a Wolfpack win though, 8 points to 6. With a storming result there from Red 3 there with a 5-0. Moving now to our final game of the pool stages, Warpigs versus Pigs in Blanket. So that is Oblivion taking first place in the pool stage, Warpstar in second, No in third, Wolfpack fourth, Devourers fifth, BSOD currently joint sixth with Pigs and Blankets. So if Pigs and Blankets can take the game against Warpigs, then they'll take sixth place, taking BSOD down into seventh and Warpigs in eighth. If Warpigs can win against Pigs and Blankets, however, they'll leave BSOD in sixth. Probably need to double check that, but bring Warpigs up into potentially joint. Oh, actually 3 joint sixth places there. Oh, let's see how it goes. I'm hoping Warpigs get their first win because they deserve it. They've played some fantastic games today. I'm hoping Warpigs win because it makes the maths so much easier. Here we go. So War Pigs versus Pigs and Blanket for our final game of the core stage. Before we move into the Oblivion Warp Star final. So it's War Pigs on the red, Pigs and Blankets on the blue. So a final head-to-head for our two Welsh-based teams. So hopefully it'll end nicely because they've got a long drive back home together. So difficult to say. I would say potentially on overall play so far today, Pigs and Blankets are showing slightly stronger play, but War Pigs are a good team. It's one of the things, given the level and abilities of all the teams playing today, even having a straight series of wins of losses is not actually a bad sign for a team, because the teams you're up against today are just so good. When pretty much the whole top half of the seeding table could all happily be stepping out there at an international level and performing incredibly well. They're going to finish in the top 3 or 4. You can pick any one of the top half of the table here, put them into international matches, like the World Cup or anything else, and they're going to be finishing in the top, definitely top 3, I'd have thought, just as they are. So they to give you an idea of the level these guys are playing at. There we go. Players are on court, ready to go. Let's get ready for game on. Okay, double technician assassin from War Pigs, double assassin technician from Pigs and Blankets. First point in, 2 points in for Pigs and Blankets. War Pigs on the back foot. Looking to get their first points on the board here. Third point in now for Pigs and Blankets. War Pigs still struggling to get that first point. Plenty of hits landing on the Pigs and Blankets, just nothing, not enough to get there. Those final marks. There's the first one in for War Pigs. 3-1 now in favour of Pigs and Blankets. 3-2. War Pigs start to fight back. 30 seconds remaining. 3-point lead again now for Pigs and Blankets. War Pigs fighting back. 2 points needed. 20 seconds left. 1 point needed. Can War Pigs do it? Can they get their first win of the tournament? 10 seconds. 2 points needed for War Pigs. Oh, War Pigs, Pigs and Blankets are going to hold them off. 7-6. They flip the scoreline. 3-7 all. Going to overtime. I was so close. I thought that final flip there from War Pigs, but beautiful final strike there for Pigs and Blankets. Here we go. 7 points apiece. Overtime. Good timing on that shield there, but 8-7. Oh, Pigs and Blankets angle that shot in behind the War Pigs shield. Clip the player on his blind side. Great play from both teams there. Fantastic fight back from War Pigs. Like a beautifully worked shot there. We've seen that a couple of times so far this tournament. Players just getting that angle on the far side, right behind those centered shields, where they're center court rather than on the left or right flanks, and just manage to angle that shot in behind. And the players just not seeing it coming in on the blind sides. That was a great match to finish off the pool stages. So we're going to get our team sorted now and back on for our finalists. So we have Oblivion versus Warp Star. Best of 3 finals come. This should be some absolutely blinding gameplay from between these two teams. They are both absolutely on point today. And really, really looking forward to how this plays out. Here we go then, guys. So just getting ready to get the players out there. So it is Oblivion on the red, Warp Star on the blue for the best of 3 final. Players coming out, getting themselves ready to go. So, Oblivion Warp Star. This is going to be an absolute blinder. So it was only 1 point in it in favour of Oblivion when they met in the pool stages. We know how closely matched these teams are. So Team No this time not managing to make the final, but again, they are absolutely on point with both Warp Star and Oblivion. Fantastic. We've got so many teams at this absolute top elite level now. And the teams below them are closing the gap as fast as they can. It's going to be a really, really hard to see where they're going to go with this. Yep. So best of 3. Looking at the Warp Star players coming out here, so it looks like they're going with their Warp Star going to go with their shield tactics. He's the best guess looking at the players coming out on court. So we've seen 2 sort of real breakdowns of the Warp Star shield tactics today. Team No managing to cut their way through the shields so quickly they were of limited effect, and Warp Star and Oblivion managing to really pin them back and get them to put their shields in ineffective locations. So it'll be interesting to see what Warp Star come up with here. So they've had their shield tactics, which is a real sort of mainstay of their high-end gameplay. Really, really pushed, tested, and effectively broken in 2 matches today. So really looking forward to see whether they try and basically learn from those and protect and shift the way they're using protecting the shielder, or whether now that a chink has been found in their armour, Oblivion are going to sort of hammer that advantage home. The referee just calling out 5-second warnings for the team. Here we go. game on. So, Double Technician Assassin from Oblivion, Shield Tactics from Warp Star. So we know the heart of the Warp Star Tactics is their Shielder, currently playing on blue 5. So this is all about, can Oblivion pin and nullify the Warp Star Shielder? And can they try and get some points on the board before that halfway mark? Still 0-0 at the halfway mark. Phenomenal dodging. First point in from Oblivion. Those heavy duty shields from Warp Star starting to go up. Oblivion doing a fantastic job of cutting through them. First points in for Warp Star now though. Still 2 shields in play, 1 left to go, 1 left to raise. Right, that is all of the Warp Star shields up. 20 seconds left. How quickly can Oblivion get rid of them? That's it. That is all the Warp Star shields gone. 3 points, 3-1 for Oblivion. 10 seconds left to play. Warp Star shields just couldn't last there. That Double Technician build, real focus fire coming in. 4-2 win for Oblivion in game 1. Remember, this is a best of 3, so Warp Star have got a chance now to rethink, rebalance their tactics, see if they can come back with something fresh for game 2 and take it round to a 3 for a 3rd game decider. So that's some really, really good gameplay from both sides there. Phenomenal dodging and flow, and that real focus on the Warp Star Shield from Oblivion early on, and the dodging she was doing was phenomenal against that much firepower from players who are that accurate with their shots as well. So we're rolling around for game 2. So the team we're likely to see variation from here is Warp Star. So it'll be interesting to see what Warp Star do. Also, I do have a 4th player, so whether they cycle a 4th player round and in to shift at the team build, or whether they alter their tactics round, because that cut through their shields, Oblivion there, replicating what we saw from Team No earlier on, and just slicing its way through that Warp Star shield defense, nullifying it with a good chunk of gameplay left, and then allowing them to just tear into the Warp Star team. Unfortunately, I think a little too much Warp Star's tactics are built around evading like crazy for 40 seconds and then being able to sit behind the shields and get their breath back. And I think they need to really have that ability to drop back into that move and shoot for the final quarter that we see in the first half. They've got to, I suppose, up the stamina so that they can drop back into that move and shoot mode if they need to, because their shields walls have been broken. And currently, they definitely slow down significantly in that final quarter. Because they're relying on those shields to give them breathing time after the manic dodging of the first 40 seconds. Okay, so same mix of players both sides. Have we still got the shields? Yes, we do. Okay, so shields the teams have not changed their stat builds. Let's see if they can change anything up in actual sort of team playing tactics. First point in from Warp Star. Answer straight back from Oblivion there, though. 1 point apiece. Okay, heavy shields coming up from Oblivion, coming up from Warp Star, coming up earlier than expected. 2-1 currently to Oblivion. Coming up towards the halfway mark, Oblivion with a single point lead still. The evasion work from both teams here, absolutely on point. 2 points apiece now. 3-2, Oblivion clipping back again. 4-2 now. 5-2, Warp Star with 2 heavy shields left. That's all of their shields up and in play. That first one was just torn through before I had a chance to gain any kind of advantage. Hugely heavy fire from Oblivion on the front corner there, catching the Warp Star player. 6-3, 3 seconds. And that is Oblivion win. That is 2 games to 1. That Oblivion takes the final say, and Oblivion are the winners of the first qualifying tournament of the Spring 2026 season. Oblivion stormed to victory at the end of 2025, and they are definitely the team to beat going into 2026. They've stamped their position very firmly there with that first set of game wins there. There's a straight undefeated run there for Oblivion. Excellent play, and I said they are the team to beat for the season. And let's see if Warp Star No or any of the others can achieve it. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the match as much as we have. There's been some stunning gameplay from teams all around there. And even the teams that were dropped on the back foot, some fantastic tenacity were hanging in there for the full 80 seconds without giving up. So it's been amazing to watch. Hope you join us for the next one in February. Obviously, until then, do all the good things if you haven't done it already.